What's up, everybody? This is Ashley Johnson-Krauts with Live Big. Yes, I'm super excited to be with you guys for yet another episode. We're on this channel every single week. We come giving you tips on how you can live big in a double-digit world. What? Listen, everybody, I'm super duper excited. Hang on, you guys. In this week's episode, we will be discussing how do you stay connected and date in a quarantine. Hang on, everybody. Guess what? Live Big starts right now. Okay, everybody. Look, y'all, this is going to be fun and hot and spicy. But before we do anything, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Go ahead, you guys, subscribe right now. I believe if you go a little bit below, look on your screen, you should see a button that says subscribe, not the button on the screen. It's an actual button on the YouTube, a little bit below the YouTube video. Press that button and subscribe so you can get all the lovely notifications of when we're coming on. Now, friends, let's get to business. All right, guys, so right now we are quarantined. Still, these are fake tears, but I'm just saying. But we are still at home. A lot of us want to give a shout out to every essential worker, every hospital worker, nurse, every person that's on the front line from Live Big and from me and my family. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, but for the rest of us that's at home, that is trying to do everything to spring clean and do what all we can do to stay occupied during this time that nobody really's ever seen before. What do you do if you're single in this time and you were in the middle of dating or you're ready to start dating and you're like, listen, folks, this little quarantine has put a crimp in my plans. Woo! So we're going to just kind of share a few tips on what to do. How do you date in a quarantine? So I'm going to start off with a few things that might be superficial, but it's still going to bless your life. Then we're going to get into the nitty gritty, y'all. I hope you're ready. Let's do it. Okay, so let me jump right in with a few things that might be superficial, but they will bless your life. All right, so I'm just going to say what, people are really not saying right now in 2020. I'm going to tell you that with all the free love and with all of us that are independent, and if he don't love me the way that I am, then he not the one for me. And if she don't take me with a raggedy hole in my sweatpants, then she not the one for me. Then friend, I'm not the one for you. I said it out loud. No, seriously. Tip number one, though it might be a little bit superficial, there's some truth to it. Appearance does matter. So a lot of people are online dating right now. They're dating through Messenger. They're dating through FaceTime. And some people have let themselves go. And we know that the stylists are closed and the barbershop is closed. And we know it. And I'm sad and you're sad as well. But I do want to tell you that appearance does matter. Groom yourself. Get yourself ready. This is an opportunity. It's like a job interview. You don't come in interviewing for a corporate position and you are looking all suspect. No, friend. If you do, when I was on the interview panel, you wouldn't get the job. And so it goes the same for the dating world, even if you're in a quarantine. Appearance does matter. So you're saying, well, I'm on the FaceTime. Well, friend, I'm going to be transparent with y'all right now. From the top up, I'm strong. I hope y'all like this new lipstick I got on. Huh? I'll put it in the comments. It's got to be a little spicy. But I want y'all to see, friend, even if you may not want to get fully dressed. Let me show y'all something. Do y'all see these pajama pants I got on? That's right. I am fly from the top up. But I do have Christmas pajamas on and I'm not ashamed to say it. So to you guys, I'm all dolled up and everything, and keep that in your imagination. But friend, if I'm gonna be fly from the top up right now. I got my pajama bottoms on the bottom. It's a real thing. So if you're gonna date and FaceTime and be all in somebody's face, especially if this is something new, appearance does matter. Okay, so tip number 2, though it might seem to you a bit superficial, I'm gonna help some of y'all get booed up. All right, so male or female, we're not in the stone age, but appearance does matter physically, but appearance also matters for your background. So when you're connecting with somebody by phone and they're getting an impression of you, they're also getting an impression of your habits, of your lifestyle, how you live it. And I don't care if you in the one clean room that you got. Woo, I know I'm helping the nation right now. Friends, you need to make sure that your environment is decent. It's nothing worse than seeing somebody's beautiful makeup tutorial on YouTube, or seeing somebody, they got a good product that they're advertising, but they got dirty towels behind them and the background is all janky. Friends, we can't see, because we're looking at all of the mess and junk. See, I had to say it to you. So if you're gonna connect and date, I wanna give you a few things that might seem a little bit superficial, but friends, it's gonna bless your whole life. Appearance on the outside does matter, but guess what? Appearance on the inside. Make sure your background is nice and suitable for a suitor. We're dating like we've not really dated before. For some of us, this is your opportunity to not look like you are a slob. Tip number 2, appearance inside does matter. Check your backdrop so you can get choked. Okay, folks, so tip number 3, maybe? Tip number 3. I'm gonna bless you guys with this one. And lighting does matter. It really, really does. So if you are wanting somebody to see you in your best light, looking your best from the waist up, then you need to make sure that you got proper lighting. And you're saying, this is too much. Friends, no, it's not enough. It's not enough. We must present our best selves. And nobody wants to be talking to anybody in the dark. So make sure that you got good lighting. You got some setting to highlight your cheekbones. Hey, to show a good light. Bam, and 1 and 2 and 3 and down and up. Get at all angles, friends. You want to make sure that you got good lighting. I'm helping you whether you want it or not. All right, so a part of connectivity is really learning the other individual. Super important. This to me is such a great time and a great opportunity for the art of conversation. Some things that may have gotten lost in translation, but the art of conversation, finding out the common interest, but talking to somebody. And I even think it's nice to write a letter or do something that maybe was 90-ish or 80-ish. Take some of those old things back and just really finesse the art of courting someone. Pick up the phone, call someone, hear their voice, so that you can be able to tell. You know, the danger about text is there really is no subtext, which means you can't really fully understand how somebody's feeling by the tone of their voice. And if you're spending time getting to know one another, at some point, you're going to have to pick up the phone and have a physical conversation so that you can get to understand the rises and falls, how to tell when they're happy, when they're angry, when they're sad, besides just an emoji. And I am one of the biggest persons. I love to text. I love to message. But I also know that at some point when it's time, when you're dating and we're doing dating different, at some point you are going to have to pick up the telephone and really get to know an individual on a real kinetic level. So if you're going to date in a quarantine, go back to some of the things that work for some of the couples that stayed married 30, 40, 50 years and learn the art of courting. Okay, sidebar, make sure you subscribe. But back to the art of conversation. This ain't no tip. This just gonna help somebody. If you're gonna conversate with somebody, this ain't time to be doing all that lying. Now, I said it. That's it. I did that and I meant it. It's ain't time for you to do all that lying. Because you do know there will come a time where we're going to come out of the quarantine and somebody's going to realize that you're living with your mom and, living with your mom not contributing, and that you don't work and that you're lazy and that you don't take care of yourself. And that maybe you got some kids that you maybe decided that you didn't want to talk about. Because see, now a lot of people are conversating different because people just can't really pop up over your house. I don't want you to be tricked. Just ain't time for all that lying. Craig, you don't have to do it. You don't have to lie, Craig. One of my favorite lines from Friday. You don't have to lie, Craig. I want you guys to know, if you're going to conversate in this time and date in a quarantine, folks, just tell the truth. Right. So we're talking, y'all, dating in a quarantine. I'm Ashley Johnson Cross with Live Big. And we're talking about the different creative ways that we're having to date and remain connected in a quarantine. Folks, we need help. So we talked about appearance does matter. Get yourself together. I don't care if it's just from the waist up. Make sure that you're presentable. You guys are collecting data. We know that's what dating means, but you're also collecting data on what type of individual that you might potentially be spending some quality time with. And folks, I don't know what it is about this technology, but I can tell when somebody's breath stinks. I know you're saying, how do you do it? If you haven't brushed your teeth, or if you haven't groomed and we're not on that level, I don't know. It seems like it permeates through the screen. Y'all know I have to be myself. I do. So, but no, in all seriousness, appearance does matter, but your backdrop does matter. Make sure you got a decent environment. We're talking about dating now. We're talking about dating. Make sure you got a decent environment. Make sure you know how to have proper lighting, just to get all your angles. And breathe. L'Oreal, if you're looking, I'm available. I can film from my house. All right, I'm back. Then we talked about courting and conversation, just the lost art of conversation. This is a great opportunity for us to connect with somebody through the art of conversation. How not to let all text determine the subtext. Pick up the phone and actually spend some time talking to someone so you know when they're upset and happy and sad and all that good stuff. All right, so, and then I said, before I go further, be truthful. Don't do all this lying. Because eventually, we're coming out, and the truth is going to come out in the wash. I'm just saying, keep it 100. All right, y'all. So next thing I want to give you a suggestion is find out common interests. This is a really, really good one. My 15-year-old daughter turned me on to this, but it's an app in the App Store called Game Pigeon. And I know for an iPhone, they have it Game Pigeon, like the bird. Go in and download it. It's got over 24 games where it's got pool and 20 questions and a word game and basketball and darts and all sorts of things that you can do to find out common interests. Hey, just because we can't do it physically, let's play some online games. Let's have some laughs. Let me beat you real good. Let's do something that connects us and shows what our common interests are, and allows whether or not this person shows you some tendencies that maybe you don't want to see. I'm just saying what I'm saying. So the next tip is maybe find out some common interests. All right. And we're at our final tip. If you're just coming in, we're at the end, friend. You may need to go back, take some notes. How do we date and connect in a quarantine? Y'all, it's been good. This final one is going to ignite a fire. And that final one is, friends, and I mean this from a real place. Friends and countrymen, lean in right now. Lean in. What you don't want to do is to allow a quarantine to make you ignore crazy. I'm going to say it again. You don't allow a quarantine to make you ignore crazy. Don't you overlook crazy. If somebody sends you a message and we just talked, we done had 2 conversations and the hashtag is, I can't live without you, friend, that's crazy. I'm helping somebody right now, whether you know it or not. That's crazy, friend. It's crazy. And if you said don't come over, because we're social distancing and it's without an invite and somebody's ringing your doorbell at 10, 11 o'clock at night, talking about I had to see you, but you had to have an invitation. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Don't you ignore crazy. If somebody's baby mama reach out to you and they trying to do some crazy talk over some crazy things, friend, it's a flag. It may not be a no, but it is a flag. Don't you allow a quarantine to make you ignore crazy. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Live Big. What's up, y'all? I'm Ashley Johnson Cross. Make sure you subscribe, y'all. We got to go and we're going to crush it. We've got our watch hours, but we need our subscribers, you guys. So I need y'all to do me a huge favor and press the subscribe button. Do it. Comment, like, and share this video. Y'all, we got to have something to do, but we might as well be educated. Friends, how do you connect with somebody in a quarantine? Listen, you guys, remember, whatever you're going to do, even in the dating world, you might as well do it big. See y'all next time.